Kyle Lowry is closing in on 10,000 points as a Raptor. You've seen him as a scorer and a facilitator and everything in between. What do you think that says about him, his ability to go but still get points when you need them?
Well, I think, Doug, in my, 7+ seasons here, 8 seasons, whatever, he's kind of adjusted his game a little bit to the team's needs. I think when I first got here, he was really a set up man, run the team, get the ball around to guys. Team changed a little bit. He had to take on more of a scoring load, did that. A couple years ago, he came out and kind of, again, saw the structure of the team and, was averaging double-digit assists for, a good portion of the season. And then, then again, the team changes and he goes back to a bit more of a scoring role. So, I think that's a sign of just a really good player in general, Doug, and a veteran guy that understands his role, and it kind of shifts throughout his career a little bit.
How would you assess his play to this point this season?
He's been good, Doug. I think he's playing, as usual, playing hard and leading the team. Been maybe a little more streaky, some 9 for 12 one night and one, a little more streaky than maybe normal. But he's been good.
Great. Thanks very much as always, Nick. Have a good day down there.
Okay, Doug. Thank you. You too, man. Have a good one up there.
Yeah.
Next question goes to Josh Lewinberg from TSN.
Hey, Nick. How you doing?
Good, Josh. How are you?
Good, thanks. Seems like a lot of the scoring droughts that you guys have had so far this season have come later in games, either in the third quarter or in the fourth. Can you put your finger on why the offenses seem to bog down a little bit more later in games rather than earlier in games?
No, for in totality, Josh, I'm pretty happy with the way the offense is moving. Right. I think it's been hard to guard. I think there's been, we're continuing to improve it. I think our spacing, cutting, that kind of thing has been very good this year. Creating a lot of the shots that we want. There's been some stretches where maybe we're not getting the paint enough, or getting to the rim enough, or getting to the foul line enough, or stretches where we miss shots. Or, I think in any season there's, it has maybe not been it grinds a little bit, right? But again, it's you got to be able to play through those moments as well. I don't know. I just think that we got to, pace is important. The speed of our cuts is important. Getting off the ball early is important. Cutting and relocating, all the things that we talk about. I think a couple things probably stand out is our finishing at the rim. I think we're leaving a lot of points on the table at the rim. We've cracked all the way through right to the front of the rim, and for some reason, ball hasn't been going in enough. That's one thing I would say would keep us ticking over a little bit more.
You guys have faced a lot of zone over the last week. You said before the game yesterday that these reps are sort of good for you guys in order to work your way through it and get better at attacking the zone. After watching the film, what did you sort of see in terms of how you guys did and some of the ways that you guys could have attacked it differently?
Yeah, it was, I think it's usually is the case. It felt a lot worse during the game than it looked on the film. There was a ton of, well, not a ton, but there was a good number of good reads to wide open threes. There were a number of missed reads where we got the ball into the paint where we needed it to, and there was guys sitting on the weak side wide open, and we didn't see them, or we didn't see them soon enough. There was a little bit of a, instead of a, bang, bang passing, it was kind of bang, hold, pass, they would recover. But, and there was a few misspacing things as well too that we got to clean up. But I mean, it wasn't as bad as it felt. We did have some tough shots. I think we do need to get it up the floor and get into the paint a little bit more against it as well. But we need to get that thing popping and make the right reads.
Great. Thanks, Nick. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thanks, Josh.
Next question goes to Eric Kareen from The Athletic.
Nick, what's going on?
What's up, Eric?
Not too much. Before the Dallas game, I asked you about flyby contests. I'm wondering with a guy, not a guy like Duncan, with Duncan Robinson or any other taller and, extremely proficient shooter, obviously the number one goal is to not let him breathe. Failing that, is there an approach to contesting his shots that you think is more effective than another?
Well, I mean, obviously, if he's in his shooting motion, Eric, the best, hardest, highest contest we can do is what you want. He's kind of one of those guys where it doesn't matter that much. If he's into a shot and he's going to get it away clean, he's going to make them when you're flying at him or not. The better thing to do is you got to guard him.
Yeah.
Right. The early ones he got were all on us. They were mistakes in communication on a switch. They were a light switch instead of a disruptive switch. We pulled in we totally left him in the corner for no reason whatsoever on a Kendrick Nunn penetration. I mean, they were just mistakes. They didn't really have anything to do with the shot contest. They were wide open mistakes.
Yeah.
That's what we got to limit. There was, I always talk about you're going to have some defensive mistakes and lapses, and you got to be able to kind of overcome some of those and keep chipping away at cutting a number of those down. But that was the most defensive mistakes we had in the season ×3 last night.
That's bad.
The high number, Eric.
Yeah.
High number.
Pascal said he was a bit sore after the game. How did he come through today? I'm not sure if you had a real practice or a quasi practice, but how's he feeling?
He did not practice today. He's a little sore. I don't know what the outcome is for his status for tomorrow, but he is a little sore. He did not practice.
Everybody else okay other than him and Pat?
Yep.
Okay. Thanks, Nick. Have a good day.
You're welcome.
Do a couple more questions for you, Nick. First one goes to Stephen Lung from Sportsnet.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Steven.
Hope you're well. Like a sort of a similar question to what Josh asked, but just in regards to like your offensive process, kind of attacking the zone. Like I know you said there were some things you guys needed to kind of clean up, but like overall, were you happy with kind of the looks that you were getting? Like, or did you feel like you just need to get the ball in the paint or just a little bit more there?
Well, a little of both, Stephen. I think, again, there was a lot of really clean looks on some stuff. And then there was some possessions where we didn't get some clean looks, but you're going to have that, both man-to-man and zone as well. Yeah, we always like to get more paint touches, that's for sure.
And also just like, is there advantages, or if there are any, like what advantages are there of perhaps, like seeing a team that you kind of lost to just the game before, like you're just going to see them again, get another crack at them tomorrow? Like what kind of advantages are there in doing that?
Well, I'm hoping we're going to play with better effort, that the loss stings a little bit. We got some more determination tomorrow, Stephen.
Great. Thanks a lot, Nick.
Thank you.
Final question for you, Coach, goes to Chris O'Leary from Raptors.com.
Hey, Nick.
Hi, Chris.
You mentioned Aaron Baines last night. It seemed like you were a little happier with him and what you got from him. How much of that comes from just getting out? I know he made the 3 last night, just kind of seeing the ball go through and just kind of getting out there and battling and kind of winning some of those battles. How would you think that kind of snaps him out of what he was going through?
Well, I think it certainly helps. I think that's kind of, he's that's where he's going to kind of be. Teams play a lot of drop defense. They park their big at the rim, and it's always kind of a safety valve out there to kick it out to him. So there's going to be some opportunities out there, and everybody feels better when they hit one, right, or two. I was just more pleased. I thought he played Bam solid. I thought he rebounded pretty solidly last night. And I thought we were in our coverages pretty good when he was in there last night.
When you have a guy that's going through a stretch like he did, he had the 3 DNPs, kind of limited minutes. I don't know if you treat each player different, or the things that you do maybe behind the scenes to kind of steer him through that?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously you try to keep some lines of communications open and you explain to him, I'm not wanting him the stints to be, I'm not the leash to be so short, right? I'm hoping he can give us as long as stints as we can. And like I said a couple games ago, just because we got down 10-1, I can't pin it all on him, right? But we got to change something, right? And then it, changes a matchup or two, or defensive coverage or scheme or two, and it gets us playing a little differently, changes the rhythm of the game. And that's just unfortunate, on his part, but had to do, you have to do what you got to do sometimes, but just, having him stick with it and trying to figure out some better ways to use him. I think he's creating some shots for some other guys, again, also out on the perimeter with his screening and his, DHOs and things like that. So we'll just keep working at it. I'm mostly concerned of Kenny. I thought he did a good job around the rim. Again, I said it last night after the game. I thought he was hard done by. I thought he had a couple more really good verticals that I don't see really why there were fouls. He's had his hands up and they bang into his body, and he had a couple of those they didn't call as well. And then he would have had a really good rim protection night. So I think that's all. And the rebounding, that's where it starts, rim protection, rebounding on the defensive end, or at least blocking the main rebounder out, screening, and some freeing up of his teammates on the offensive end. And then we'll start going from there and adding on some of the other stuff if we can, the scoring, shooting, whatever. But that's what we really need him for our team to be more successful.